What if I told you that billionaires don't just think differently, they influence others to think differently too? The most successful people in the world understand human psychology at a deep level and use these insights to build empires, close deals, and create movements. Welcome back to Rankfluence Tube, where we decode the mental strategies that separate extraordinary influencers from everyone else. I'm your host, and today I'm revealing 10 psychology tricks used by billionaires to ethically influence people and create massive success. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're building a community of influential leaders, and these psychological insights could transform how people respond to you forever. Psychology trick number 10, the Benjamin Franklin effect. Benjamin Franklin discovered that people like you more after they do you a favor, not the other way around. This counterintuitive principle is used by successful leaders to build loyalty and influence. When someone does you a small favor, lending you a pen, giving you directions, or sharing information, their brain justifies this action by deciding they must like you. Otherwise, why would they help? Richard Branson regularly asks employees, partners, and even competitors for small favors or advice. This creates psychological investment in his success because they've contributed to it. The key is asking for small, reasonable favors that make people feel helpful and important. Don't ask for money or major commitments, ask for opinions, introductions, or minor assistance. This works because cognitive dissonance makes people align their attitudes with their actions. If they help you, they must like you. If they like you, they're more likely to help you again. Psychology trick number 9, social proof and authority positioning. Humans are social creatures who look to others for guidance, especially in uncertain situations. Billionaires understand this and strategically position themselves as authorities while leveraging social proof. Elon Musk doesn't just announce Tesla's success, he shares customer testimonials, celebrity endorsements, and media coverage. This social proof makes others want to join the movement. Warren Buffett regularly mentions other successful investors who share his views. This association with respected authorities strengthens his own credibility and influence. The key is authentically demonstrating that credible people trust, use, or recommend your ideas. This could be testimonials, case studies, partnerships, or media mentions. Start building social proof early in your career. Collect testimonials, document results, and associate with respected people in your field. Your influence grows exponentially when others validate your expertise. Psychology trick number 8, the contrast principle. Master influencers understand that people judge everything in relation to something else. By controlling the comparison, you control perception and decision making. Steve Jobs was famous for this. When Apple launched the iPad, they first showed a fictional price of $999, then revealed the actual price of $499. The contrast made $499 feel like an incredible deal. In negotiations, present your most expensive option first, then your preferred option. The second option seems reasonable by comparison, even if it's exactly what you wanted from the beginning. This works in all areas of influence. If you want someone to commit 2 hours to a project, first mention it might take 4 hours. When you say it actually needs 2 hours, they feel relieved and more likely to agree. The human brain has no absolute reference points, everything is relative. Control the comparisons and you control the decisions. Psychology trick number 7, reciprocity and the law of obligation. Robert Cialdini identified reciprocity as one of the most powerful psychological principles. When someone does something for us, we feel obligated to return the favor. Billionaires use this by providing value first, before asking for anything in return. Bill Gates shared his software knowledge freely before building Microsoft's empire. The key is giving something valuable without being asked and without expecting immediate returns. This creates psychological debt that people feel compelled to repay. This could be sharing useful information, making introductions, offering free advice, or solving small problems. The gift must feel genuine, not manipulative. When you do ask for something later, frame it as giving them a chance to reciprocate, not as demanding payment.
Since I was able to help you with X, I was hoping you might be able to introduce me to Y.
Psychology trick number 6, commitment and consistency. People have a deep psychological need to be consistent with their previous commitments and statements. Master influencers get others to commit publicly to ideas or actions. Tony Robbins doesn't just teach success principles, he gets audience members to stand up, raise their hands, and verbally commit to changing their lives. These public commitments dramatically increase follow-through. In business meetings, successful leaders ask for explicit agreement. So you're committed to having the report finished by Friday? This verbal commitment increases the likelihood of completion. Write down commitments. People are even more likely to follow through on written commitments than verbal ones. The physical act of writing engages multiple psychological mechanisms. Start small and build. Get people to commit to small actions first, then gradually increase the size of commitments. Each successful completion makes the next commitment easier to obtain. Psychology trick number 5. The scarcity principle. Humans value things more when they're rare or limited. Billionaires create genuine scarcity around their time, products, or opportunities to increase their perceived value. Warren Buffett's annual shareholder letter is eagerly anticipated partly because it comes only once per year. Elon Musk's limited Tesla production runs create massive demand and waiting lists. This isn't about creating fake scarcity, it's about communicating real limitations honestly. Your time is actually limited. High-quality opportunities are genuinely rare. Use deadline pressure ethically. I can only take on 2 more consulting clients this quarter, or this early bird pricing ends Friday. Creates urgency without manipulation. The key is authenticity. False scarcity backfires when discovered. Real scarcity, of time, attention, or premium services, naturally increases value and influence. Psychology trick number 4. The halo effect. When people perceive you as excellent in one area, they assume you're excellent in other areas too. This cognitive bias, called the halo effect, allows influence to transfer across domains. Oprah's success in television created a halo effect that made people trust her book recommendations, business advice, and lifestyle choices. Her influence extended far beyond entertainment. Build your halo by becoming genuinely excellent at something visible and respected. This could be your expertise, your results, your character, or your contributions to others. The halo effect works in reverse too. Negative perceptions in one area can damage your overall credibility. Protect your reputation carefully across all areas of your life. Speaking of understanding human psychology and building influence, I've assembled an exclusive collection of the most powerful psychology and persuasion books that have guided world leaders, master negotiators, and influential entrepreneurs to extraordinary success. These aren't just academic theories, they're practical insights from the masters of human influence. Psychology trick number 3. Emotional anchoring. Logic makes people think, but emotions make people act. Billionaire influencers understand that lasting influence requires emotional connection, not just rational arguments. Steve Jobs didn't just sell computers, he sold the dream of creativity and innovation. His presentations were emotional experiences that connected Apple products to people's aspirations and identity. Connect your message to people's deeper values and emotions. What do they really want? Security, recognition, freedom, belonging, or growth? Frame your ideas in terms of these fundamental human needs. Use stories, not just statistics. Stories engage emotions and are remembered longer than data. Personal anecdotes, customer success stories, or historical examples make abstract concepts feel real and relevant. The most influential people make others feel understood, inspired, and empowered. They don't just present information, they create emotional experiences that motivate action. Psychology trick number 2. The foot in the door technique. This technique involves getting people to agree to small requests first, then gradually increasing the size of requests. Each small yes makes the next request easier to accept. Successful fundraisers don't start by asking for large donations. They begin with small commitments, signing a petition, sharing a social media post, or attending an event. Each step builds psychological momentum. In business, start by asking for advice, then for introductions, then for partnerships. Each positive interaction builds trust and investment in your success. The key is making each step valuable for the other person too. They should feel good about each small commitment, not manipulated into progressively larger ones. This works because of the consistency principle. People want their actions to align with their self-image. If they see themselves as someone who supports your cause, they'll continue supporting it. Psychology trick number 1. The power of personal investment. The most powerful influence technique is getting people to invest their own time, energy, or ideas in your success. When people contribute to creating something, they become emotionally invested in its success. Jeff Bezos regularly asks employees and customers for input on Amazon's direction. This participation creates ownership and loyalty that goes far beyond traditional employment or customer relationships. Ask for opinions, not just agreement. What do you think about this approach? Or how would you improve this idea? Makes people feel valued and creates psychological ownership. Implement their suggestions when possible, and always acknowledge their contributions. People support what they help create because it becomes partly theirs. This is the difference between compliance and commitment. Compliance is temporary and requires constant monitoring. Commitment is self-sustaining because it comes from within. The ethical use of psychological influence. These techniques are powerful tools that can be used for good or ill. The most successful people use them to create mutual benefit, not to exploit others. Ethical influence helps people make decisions that are genuinely good for them. It aligns their actions with their stated values and long-term interests. Always ask yourself, am I using this technique to help someone get what they want, or to manipulate them into something that only benefits me? The most sustainable influence comes from genuine care for others' success and well-being. When you help others win, they want to help you win too. Your Influence Transformation Challenge. Choose one psychological principle from this list and practice it ethically in your interactions this week. Start with low-stakes situations to build your skills. Document the results. How do people respond differently when you apply these insights? What feels natural versus forced? Remember, influence is about understanding human nature and working with it, not against it. These principles work because they align with how people naturally think and make decisions. Which psychological trick intrigues you most? Share your choice in the comments. Your engagement helps others learn and builds our community of influential leaders. Don't forget to subscribe to Rankfluence and hit that notification bell. We're uploading new influence and persuasion content every week to help you build the leadership skills that create extraordinary results. Your ability to influence others directly determines your impact in the world. While others struggle to get buy-in, you'll be inspiring action and creating movements through strategic psychological insight. Thank you for watching, and remember, influence isn't about manipulation, it's about inspiration. When you understand how people think, you can help them achieve what they truly want. I'll see you in the next video where we'll reveal the money habits that separate millionaires from everyone else. Until then, keep building that success mindset and that ethical influence.